good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to Starfire's channel. You can reach me at StarFireQueen, for beautiful, at gmail.com. Also, you can look me up on Facebook under STARR Fire Queen at Facebook. You can also find me where? You can find me on Instagram. I'm excited. If you're on YouTube, please, if you're one of my new subscribers, hit that button, hit the bell so you know when I'm on. And today we're going to do what I call a double whammy love spell. Okay, so what we're going to do, I've had someone reach out to me, and this person they're already married. Okay, so this isn't a love spell to get someone. This is a love spell to help reunite that love, reunite that commitment, that spark. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. They've gone through some trials and tribulations, and she loves her husband loves her, and they want it to work. I'm not for sure if he knows that she's doing the spell. But here's the thing. They're one, so I have no problem doing that. A lot of people seem to be like, well, I thought you shouldn't do a spell without someone else knowing. Okay, well, this is her husband. So I'm sure he knows what she's doing, or she's standing in the gap for the both of them. So I'm going to take that as that. So what we're going to do, we're going to first start out with the glass plate. Remember, everything we do is on something real. We don't use plastic. We don't use rubber. We want things to be real. So what we're going to do is first make our sap for our candle. Okay, so what you're going to need for your sap is some honey. Hey, little white witch, how you doing, darling? Okay, so we're going to take some honey. You don't need a lot of honey. Okay, just a little dab. You just want to make a little sap to go in your candle. Okay. So we're going to do a candle spell and a honey jar to get it going, okay? So we have the honey in the plate. Next thing you want to do is we're going to add a little bit of my Love Only Me oil, okay? I make this oil up myself. It's been prayed over. I'm asking the guys to purify it and use it for the right reasons. You guys are welcome to order some online if you'd like. Okay, so we're just going to put a dab of that in here. You may see that a lot of people come up with their oils and everything. And they're just plain oil. And that's fine if that's what you like. But I like to spice mine up. So my oils have herbs and things inside of them and little special stuff to make it work. You know, get that zest going on in that relationship. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and mix that in. I like to use spears for shish kebabs to mix my things up. Why? Because I don't want to use metal either when I mix. I rather use the wood, something straight from the earth, you know, without being tampered with at all. You know that sometimes metal is tampered with by man, and this spell here really needs that divine touch. I want you guys to understand it's all about your intentions. Now, the person that I'm doing this for, she's believing this to work. I have to believe this to work. If you're going to do work for a person and you don't believe in your spirit that it's real and that God is going to make this manifest, then you might as well just give it up. Don't lie to people and tell them, oh yeah, I'm believing with you, just to collect a couple of bucks, because that's not what it's about. Okay? Now, also, what we're going to do is take a couple of dry rose petals and we're going to sprinkle those in there. Okay? Why? Because the rose is for love. It's the symbol of love and harmony and romance and sexuality. You know, you give a girl some roses and a candle, she's going to rock your world. Okay? If you're the right guy. You can also give it to her. She can look at the, and what's this for? Okay? So we're going to get all this sap mixed up. And as you can see, we're really mixed up here. Okay? So what I want you to do, you're going, now if you don't have the type of candle that I'm using, you can order them from me. Reach out to me on my email, or you can just send me a request on Facebook. But we're going to use a figurative candle of a man and a woman. I have red because red indicates what? Love, understanding. Good morning, Deb. Love you, hon. And it's for commitment. Okay, so that's what we're using red for. We also know that pink is an unconditional love. So that candle will be burning with this candle. Okay. We want that man and woman to be united, to feel that love, that power, that when they make love, they become one. But then they need that unconditional love to forgive. That's what the pink candle's for. Okay. Thank you. Now, when I talk about love making, a lot of people want to shy away from it. They're like, what's a candle going to do? Quite frankly, a candle won't do a damn thing. It's your intentions and where your heart is and where your mind is. Okay. So this candle is to represent her and her husband. It's to represent them becoming one. How do you actually become one with your spouse? It's when the intercourse takes place. It's when the penis enters the vagina. Your body locks up. You become one. Okay. Now, if y'all got kids looking at this, I kind of like, sorry, and send them to another room because all mine are grown. It's about love making. People don't realize that love making is a spell in itself. You can use it if your mind is right, if your spirit is right, if you've been meditating on the love making that you're making with your loved one, if you are in depth with your love making, you can actually use that as part of this spell. Okay, you have to stimulate yourself. I don't mean the masturbation. That's not what I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about stimulate your mind. Visualizing you and that significant other becoming totally one. You want to take their energy and you also want to give them yours. Okay. Now, some people can be very selfish to prove a point and use this just to draw out that man or woman's energy to show that they have power, and you leave them empty. Don't do that because karma's a bitch. It will come back on you. Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to take the sap that we made, and yes, it's going to get a little messy, and we are going to spread it on our candle. Okay. Do not do the wick. Okay. Because you want the wick to burn. So we're going to unite this candle. And mind you, again, like I said, if you like to order some of these candles, I have them in my little store. There's no problem. Just get with me. And they will definitely be prayed over before I send them to you and ready to go. But as always, I will tell people, I don't care if I do tell you that I'm praying over something, you bless it yourself. You never just take someone's word because you don't know what that person could or could not have placed on that candle. You know, you be thinking it's sending you a love spell and it's sending you into lighting that candle and not taking care of it the right way or having it cleansed and blessed, and you're trying to figure out why you're in a divorce court. Well, okay, so now we have our candle. Now what you're going to do with this sap that's on here, you're not going to get rid of it. You're going to stick the candle in the middle. Okay. Now see, I got this stuff all over my hands. I knew there was something I was forgetting. Let me get a piece of paper. Hold on, please. Okay, so what we're going to do now is you're going to take your pink candle, and this candle, you do not need to put oil on it, okay? I've already carved their names in this candle on this side. You guys can take a pen or whatever you have to carve a name and put it on the candle, okay? We are going to light this candle right next to them, a candle of unconditional love to forgive whatever happened, whether it's adultery, lies, misunderstanding, even abuse, mental or physical. Here's the thing. I would never tell someone to stay in a relationship where they're being physically abused or mentally abused. But if that person, that abuser, is sincerely apologetic and they want to get things right and they want to go to counseling, they want to go to whatever, they want to have a spiritual advisor, whatever it takes, and they want forgiveness and they're on the right track and you feel that you want your relationship to work, hey, beautiful, don't allow people to tell you just leave. If that person needs help and you're willing to go through that with them, that's unconditional love. But if this person doesn't want to change and they just want to keep, harming you, get the hell out. Call me so we can do a banishing spell so we can get that sucker out, male or female. Because women got a way of doing things. Hi, baby. Got a way of doing things to abuse a man. Most women cannot beat men, but we can abuse them. We can treat them wrong and treat them like crap. Okay, so make sure that you guys remember what type of relationship you're in. It's supposed to be a loving relationship. Is marriage easy? No, I always say that. It's never going to be easy. Marriage does not come with a book. I don't care how many you read. Those books are lies. because each relationship is different. Our feelings are different. Okay, who we are different. I cannot compare my marriage to the next person. I'm not going to write on marriage on books and tell you, like Steve Harvey, the book about what a man thinks and all that. He can't tell me what every man thinks. I got 11 brothers and a daddy, and they all don't think the same. Okay, same for women. So what one will deal with, one won't, and that's respect. Okay, respect them for what they deal with. Now, like I said, if you're in a physical or mental abuse and it's taking a toll on you, get out. I'm not saying do the spell to stay with them. You need to do a banishing spell, and you're going to need to do a self-lifting spell to lift yourself up to realize you're worth more than that. Never stay there and get your head beat in. All right, so what we're going to do, we have our candles lit, our candles ready. This one, once again, has the Love Only Me oil. This is our candle for unconditional love, the pink candle. So what you would do is you would go ahead and light this. Now, here's the thing. When you light this candle, do not walk away from it. First of all, safety reasons. Second of all, you need to sit down. I need you to turn out every light. So this needs to be done at night. Every light. And you need to meditate on these flames. And you need to watch the way this candle, the unconditional love, and the couple, their intimate love, melt into one. That's the purpose of the two of them being together. It's going to melt. The wax is going to unite that unconditional love with that sexual love together for that couple. All right? Now, since we've done this, I'm going to set this to the side. Now you have something else that you're going to need to do. It's an old school remedy. It's called that what? The honey jar. Now with the honey jar, we're going to add this to it. Okay. Here's the honey jar. You want to have a clean jar. A lot of people will try to get like a large mason jar. This is a mason jar, but use a small one because the bigger the jar is, the more honey you're going to need. Okay. So you want to make sure you get the right size jar that's going to work. You don't need a huge jar. Now, for this person, there is a petition that their names are written on. I'm going to fold it 3 times my way. 1, 2, and 3. I've already written their names on it. His name was written first, straight down. I turned the paper clockwise, wrote her name 3 times across. The reason why I did the names first is because, like I said, I'm doing this for someone, and I do not want to put their business out like that. Now, this is what you're going to do. This petition, okay, would you believe the spirits are anointing? The goddess of love is covering this. Peace and understanding, the moon goddess, Almighty God, the deities, and the God that this person believes in the most is answering this prayer. I believe that the intentions are strong enough and that this is going to come true. So we're going to place this in the bottom of the jar. Okay? Now, here's something I need you guys to do. Understand. A honey jar is just that. It's a honey jar. It is not going to work overnight. This is going to take time. This spell will take you at least 2 to 3 months. I know it sounds crazy, but I'll explain to you how. I am not going to lie to you and tell you this is going to happen overnight because it's not. Okay? But what's going to happen is that you're going to slowly see the change in your significant other. You're going to be like, wow, where did this come from? Why am I getting flowers? Why am I getting a text just say, hey, I'm thinking about you? Why am I getting a text with just a red heart? Okay, those are steps. Okay, things take time. You've been married. As a married couple, we tend to forget about each other, not purposely, but we got work. You got kids. You got to worry about your mortgage. You got to get this done. You got to get that done. Stress on a job. Stress of looking for a job. Someone may be out for work right now. Anything like that. So you want to make sure that you understand this is going to take time. So, and I'll explain to you how to do the candles as we get to that part. Okay, so we got the honey jar. Okay, now we're going to take pure honey. Please make sure when you guys do this, you understand that you need pure honey, not honey syrup. Okay, so I don't want you to fill it up yet. What we're going to do is take the honey. How long did honey go? And we're just going to put a little bit over the practitioner paper. Now, some people use paper bags for their petition paper. That's cool. But I do want to tell you guys, you can buy a book at Walmart about so big with the papers in it. It's just a whole bunch of these. And I just tear them out. Okay. Because I know me, if I cut up a paper bag, I'm going to end up throwing it away. And so I might as well just do this. I keep it. Now you want to take the honey and make sure it falls all over the names. And you see how slow this is? That's why it's going to take time. And here's the thing. A lot of people want love in a hurry. No, love takes time. You have to grow with love, especially in a marriage. Every day is a lesson. Okay. Do I have the perfect marriage? Hell no. Would I like to have the perfect marriage? No, I wouldn't, because I don't know what that is. You see what I'm saying? I know my marriage day to day. Each day is a challenge and each day is a gift. I wouldn't want just that perfect marriage. Why? Who would want something perfect? I know it sounds crazy, but my thing is there's nothing to have a goal towards, then you're bored. You know, you work things out, you go through your trials and tribulations, and you keep going. Okay, now that we have this, what I want you to do, you're going to take cloves, okay? So what I want you to do, I'm always in odd numbers, so what we're going to do is 9 cloves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, everything I do in odd numbers. We already know my favorite number is 3, but for this, we need to have 9 cloves. Okay, gotta put them back in here. I got this little heart bottle, so it's not like the easiest thing to put them in, but okay. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and add, like we did with the candles, we're going to add some rose petals for that sexual part. You know that. Okay, so you want to add some rose petals in there. Okay, now the dry rose petals, you guys can get them. I find them cheaper at Hobby Lobby, but I also have I get them online at a wholesale dealer that I deal with. The next thing you want to do is you're going to add some brown sugar. That's right, put some brown sugar on his butt. That's what I'm saying. Okay, because we're not only going for the respect and just remember that I'm your wife or that you're my husband and I want you to love me. We're going for that sexual love. We need that dry, especially when you get up in age. I ain't got time for nobody to be taking no blue pill. I need it done the right way. I want you to be motivated and stimulated by me, not by a chemical that a man has made. Okay? So, this is why I go this way. Next thing you're going to do is sprinkle a little bit of nutmeg in here. Okay? Spice things up. You know, nutmeg make things sweet. Then, we're going to put some chili in it, okay? Because we want to really, like, spice this up. Do not touch your chili with your hands and turn and rub your eyes, please. Okay, so sprinkle a little bit of chili in there. I love these little jars. I got them from, what was that? Doggone it. Where did I get these from? I didn't think of it. But anyway, they're like 4-pack for like $3. IKEA. That's where I got them from. Had to think. Okay, so the next thing you're going to do is you're going to add some ground cinnamon, okay, into your honey jar. Then we are going to add some dried chili peppers, okay. So you're going to break them up, put them in there. I'm going to use 2. Okay, we're going to get those in there. Okay. Now, the next thing we're going to do is add some unbleached sugar, okay? People say it's okay to use regular kitchen sugar, white sugar. It isn't. Let me tell you why. Because you want to get as close as you can to the natural ingredients in anything. So I prefer in my spell work to use unbleached sugar, okay? I use brown sugar, but this is like the regular sugar that goes in your coffee, but it's unbleached. Because just think of it, when you bleach something, you remove something. I don't want that natural ingredients removed, okay? So you want to get some unbleached sugar, sprinkle that in there. My hand's going to be sticky like I don't know what. That's okay. Okay, now the whole time that I'm doing this, even though I'm teaching and sharing this, my intentions are on this couple and what has to be done for them. My intentions, I'm doing the video, but believe me, my intentions is in this jar. Okay, when you do work for someone, you got to be about it. Don't lie to them. Okay, and don't just throw something together, because when you do that, that's what you're giving them. My love is going into this for this person. Okay, and I'm going to be honest, it's not a family member, it's someone in my group, but I love my kings and my queens. And when they come to me and they need help, I'm going to give them my utmost. And when I say I love you guys, I mean it. For anyone that's out there in YouTube, if you'd like to join our group, look us up and see how we fit. Okay. All right. So we've got that part going. Now, the next thing that we need to do is understand that we have to have protection, even in a honey jar. So what we're going to do, okay, we're going to put a little bit of salt for protection. Okay. And mind you, this is sea salt. Okay. Do not use regular salt. Some people say you can deviate. I really want you guys to follow this as close as you can to the ingredients. Okay. And the reason why I say use sea salt, when you look out in the ocean, because I was born in Ohio, raised in California, moved back to Ohio. When you're standing on the beach and you look out to the ocean, all you see is ocean. You don't see anything else. So that's how I feel about the protection. That's why I put it in my honey jar, because all I see for them in their marriage is protection over their marriage. Okay, to the point where my last ingredients, a lot of people don't use this, but this is really me, is burnt sage. The sage that I use and I cleanse and everything, it's purified. I pray over the ashes afterwards. I ask the gods and goddesses to use this for good. I don't throw it away. So we're going to sprinkle some of this in. Why? For more protection. Okay, you don't need a lot. Okay. So for those of you that are just throwing your white sage out once you use it, believe me, you can use it again. Just going to recycle. Okay, so now we have everything in here but our oil. So now we're going to put some rose oil. Drops of rose oil in here. Okay, because we want it to liven it up. Another type of oil we're going to put in is lavender. Why am I using lavender? Because lavender calms. Okay, lavender is used for meditation. It soothes you. It can relax you. So if you're in a tense relationship right now, your marriage has been going through a lot of pain and hurt. If you're a woman that's having a very hard time letting go of the past hurt, that's why we want to use lavender. So we're going to put some lavender in here. Okay. Even a man, if he's gone through some hurt, it's not just the women that hurt. Okay. A lot of people think men are the only ones that cheat. No, women are just better at it, unfortunately, because it's not a compliment, trust me. Okay. So now that we have that, we're going to once again add some of my Love Me Only oil. Okay. See, I got herbs and stuff coming out of there. And now we are going to finish our jar. Now, when it comes down to the jar, I use 2 types of oil of honey to finish it. One will be the pure honey that you guys have already seen. I'm going to fill it up halfway with this. If I can get it to come down. So I'm saying a honey jar is not a quick spill. And if that's what you're waiting on, you're waiting the heck, you're going to lose it, because you're not going to have the patience. Sorry about the sound. Okay, that is really... You're not going to have the patience to wait, then this spell won't work. Because this spell is, you want your marriage or your relationship to last forever. Well, guess what? I mean, you got to put some time in. It's not an overnight spell. And a lot of people want things to happen overnight. And they get frustrated because within 2 days, he didn't bring me roses. He didn't say he loved me. We're still arguing. We're still having disagreements. Well, guess what? The spell is not even working because you don't have the patience to wait on it. I mean, just like I gotta wait for this honey. So what I'm going to do is turn this one upside down and put it here. And we're going to go with the other one. Now, this is a dark honey. Okay. It's pure. It's a Spanish honey. It's very dark. Okay. And the reason why I'm doing it, because there's so much power in the darker your honey is. So I mix the 2 together. Okay. And hopefully this one, yeah, this one's working for us. So we're going to go ahead and fill this up partially because I still want more of the other honey in here. Okay. All right. So I am not one to eat honey, but I have to taste this honey before I finish. It's just part of the spill. I don't like honey. I'll tell you guys why. You're going to laugh at me. When I was little, there was this old man named Jim that worked at my stepfather's mechanic. He was some stepfather's mechanic, but he didn't have teeth. So he had this mason jar. At that time, I was like 5 or 6, so I didn't know it was a mason jar. But he had this mason jar that he had sitting in his window in the office part of his shop. Mind you, I said Jim didn't have teeth. So what he did was, one day, they used to always put me in a car and put me up top. Back then, things were different. When they put the car up and everything, and they give me a whole bunch of snacks. I realized as I got older, they just did that to get rid of me. Okay, I do want this jar filled, so I'm going to put a little bit more of the brown honey in here. And what they did was one day, they didn't put me on the top. I didn't get to go up with the car because there's no need to send the car up, I guess. So my stepfather, who has passed away, who I love very dearly, had told me to come in the little office with them. And I'm sitting there and I'm eating Cheetos and I had an orange juice. And Jim reached back and he got his mason jar of honey and he opened it and he poured it in his mouth and he gummed it. And that scarred me for life. Because it was looking at like a taffy machine on gums, just going back and forth. I mean, like, freaked me out to the point where I don't really like honey. But in order for this spell to work, I have to taste the honey. Okay? Now, mind you, nothing in here will hurt you. It's all natural, even the essential oil. So you're just going to tap that finger in there, and you're going to taste the honey. No, I don't like honey. But you're going to taste the honey. Why? Because you want to say that this honey is pure enough for me to eat. My love for this person is pure enough to go through anything. Okay? So, now what you're going to do is go ahead, close this up. Close it tight, okay? And you're going to mix this up as much as possible. Okay? You're going to turn it around. If you can see, the petition remains at the bottom. Okay? And that's what we want. That's why you put the honey on it first. We can already start sticking. Now that this is done, what you're going to do with this candle, with this here, is you are going to light candles on here. 3 candles. So you'll make sure your top is big enough. Okay, now you're going to do this for 9 days straight. Okay. The first set of candles is going to be 3. A red one for the intimacy, a pink one for unconditional, and a white one for protection. Okay, so we're going to light these and make them stay. Put your white one in the middle. Okay. Why? Because white can stand for anything, just in case you run out of color candles. This is the one you want to keep on the jar. Okay. Now you're going to add your red. Now, what way you put them in doesn't matter. The color, how you lay them on a candle, that's not like, doesn't have to be white, red. You can put it the way you want to. Just put the white one in the middle, please. Okay. And now we're going to do the pink. Now, mind you, the 3 candles is only for the very first day. After that, you will do this for 9 days, but you will do only the white candle. Now, here you have your honey jar, and you have your candle for your couple itself. The honey jar is something you will keep doing, okay? So, with the honey jar, what you're going to do, for 9 days, you are going to light a white candle. Do not get a big candle, because it's going to take time. Okay, these candles that I have, they burn within an hour, maybe an hour and a half, 45 minutes. That's okay. Okay, that's what you want. You don't need a big giant candle. Okay, this is not a 7-day candle thing, because you want the candles to burn out. Because what's going to happen is tonight, when I go to pray over these candles, I am going to light all 3 of these, light both of the candles on the plate, and I am going to meditate on them. Okay. Here's the thing. This candle for the couple, I'm not going to let burn down totally. It's only going to burn so far. I'm only going to meditate anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes. Okay. A lot of people can't do that. If you've never meditated, you're going to meditate 3 to 5 minutes. Let's keep it real. Meditation is not easy at all. But here's the thing what I need you to do. When you meditate on your phones, you can get an app or go into YouTube and you can find apps like sounds. The orca is my animal. I love the killer whale. Okay. I can meditate by putting orca sounds on and focus on the flames. Find something that's going to calm you, relax you, so that you can focus on the flames. And remember, the higher the flame, the more energy is going into your spell. The lower the flame, the more you need to put that intensity back into the flame. You need to make sure your intentions are strong. You need to believe them. You need to understand that this is not anything bad because she called and said, can you do this for me and my husband? Because like I said, he may not know. This is a woman fighting to save what's hers, her marriage. She has talked to me. She has gone to the church. She's had hands laid on her and nothing. And she's realized from watching Starfire and other YouTube practitioners that everything isn't evil. There's other ways to reach out to God. So that's what we're doing. And I'm believing these intentions for her. She's on the same page with me. When it gets about, whenever the sun drops, I'll come back in here and I will light these for her. And like I said, the first day, your honey jar will have 3 candles. Do not clear the wax off the candles as it fall. Let it fall. So you might want to, like me, myself, I'll be placing this under a plate. Okay. So that the wax can go on a plate, not everywhere. Now, for the next 9 days, I'm going to light 1 candle, 1 white candle on the honey jar. And it's going to start to fill with wax. Now, when I'm done with everything, I will send her the wax that came from the couple candle and the unconditional love. I will send her that to her. And I will also send her her honey jar, which I will wrap as carefully as I can. So that when she has this jar after the 9 days. And then she will continue once a week to burn a white candle. Okay, whatever day she feels is right for her. Now, when this is done, a lot of people want to bury these. Okay, some people throw them away. I would say if you're going to throw it away, please take it totally apart. Do not leave your intentions and everything together for someone else to pick up or anything like that. And I would hide it so deep in a container. I would bury it. I would say put it in a coffee jar because a lot of people live in apartments. Again, dig a hole in the cement. But I would get some topsoil, some kind of dirt from Lowe's or whatever. Fill my coffee. Let's say if you have a Folgers coffee container, fill it halfway with dirt. Put the honey jar in there. Go and fill it all the way up with dirt. Get a thing and let it go. Seal it. Put some hot wax around there and let it go. When I say hot wax, like the hot wax gun, the glue gun. I'm sorry, and glue that, seal that. Then wrap it up in trash bags and get rid of it. If that's your only way. If you have a house plant, you can bury it in there. No one will know what's in there except you. But you can also keep your honey jar. And whenever you feel like something is really going to the negative in your relationship, you pull it back out. You ask the gods and the goddesses and the deities and the angels to reunite you again. And you start burning your candles again from the beginning. Just never take the wax off. Let it just burn. Honey jar can be done for kids. I have one for all my children. My sons, my daughter, and my new daughters that my sons have married. My son-in-law. Because I do have a gay son, and I have a son-in-law and a son. Yeah, and they're both cute. So I have a candle for them. It's just for my kids and for all my grandbabies. You can write some words on here, whatever you like, which there is something to be written on here, but I'm not going to do it on camera because it's very private. And you can keep that and keep burning it. Put it somewhere where it can't be seen. Okay. If you don't have your own space, I don't care if you find a shoebox, a big shoebox. Like my husband wears size 14 because there's always a big shoebox right here. You can stand the shoebox up, put it in there, okay, seal it, and put it somewhere back where no one can see it because this is very special. Okay, it means a lot. So there you have it, you guys. This is our double whammy on a love spell for a married couple. Now, can this work for a couple dating? Yes, but it's really intended for a married couple so that they know that they're okay. And so that she has the hope and the understanding to stand for her marriage. It's not that they're going through a divorce. It's just sometimes we tend to get stale with one another. Hey, Sarah. We do. We get stale. We forget to say, hey, you know what? I appreciate the little things. The things you think I don't notice. Like the fact that you ironed my clothes this morning. Or the fact that you came home with a 6-pack of Pepsi because you know your wife drinks Pepsi. Hint, hint to my husband if he looking. Just joking. But I'm not joking about the Pepsi. He brings some home. But little things like that. The kiss on the forehead. The good morning beautiful or good morning handsome. And that's another thing. If you're doing the spell, you have to start speaking positive things into your relationship. Don't speak the negative. If you speak any negativity while you're doing this, you have killed this spell. I don't care what's going on. You have to speak the positive that you want in your marriage, in that relationship. If your husband ignores you, you have to get up in the morning and say, oh, I'm so thankful that my husband gives me the attention I need. Forget what you see with the physical eye. Use that third eye, that spiritual eye. Okay? If it's a wife who just won't cook, won't do anything around the house, but she home all day and she lazy, I'm going to call it out there. Then for that husband, hey, I thank God I got a wife that when I come home, my meals are cooked, dinner's done, the kids are taken care of, and she has that intimate time for me. Now, I'm going to say this. The couple that we lit is for the intimacy. So women, if you always hollering you got a headache, I'm finna go there. Okay, are you too tired? Or you just had a baby and I got to deal with the baby and all this? And you want to know why he's pulling away from you? I'm not finna hide this. I'm going to say it because you're not giving him what he needs as a man. Okay? You can't be so exhausted that you forget him. Because that intimate part is more important to a man than it is to a woman. You can cuddle with us all night and we are happy. Okay, but a man want to do more than cuddle. They want to unite. They want to become one. They want the intercourse. They want to make love. Okay, you have to do that. So if you're not going to, as my daddy would say, up the goods, this is not going to work for you because it means you're being selfish. And selfish isn't going to work. You're in a marriage. Because without you doing this and having that intimacy, if he starts to step out, not that it's right, don't get me wrong, that's not what I'm saying. But when a man steps out, you need to step back and look at yourself and say, what is it that I didn't do? There's always a reason. It could be he's just no good, and that's on him, okay? But it could be that you forgot about him, that you forgot about your king, that your king needs that cookie, if you want to call it a cookie. Okay, and remember what I said in my last video about a Scorpio. There's power in the pussy. Just use it right. You got the power right between your legs. That's why I said this spell is for a married couple, because that ring is on your finger. If there's another woman trying to come into your relationship, she can't come in as long as he's got a bit of love for you. She cannot destroy your marriage. Okay? She may be dibbing and dabbing, but she can't get him. She just a hoe. It is what it is. I'm going to call it like it is. I have no shame in my game. So I'm going to end this. Thank you guys for joining my YouTube channel. Thank you for my group for coming with me live this morning. I appreciate you guys. You can look me up on Facebook. If you're on my YouTube, please hit that subscribe button. If this is a new channel for you, hit the like and leave me some comments at the bottom of the YouTube page. I'm very interested in how you guys feel about the candles. I know that honey jars have been done quite a bit, but everyone does their own little thing. So let me know from my group. Please let me know feedback on how you guys feel about this. Remember to keep that third eye open. Speak with the positive words out of your throat chakra. And let your heart chakra have nothing but love and forgiveness in it. Okay? Once again, as Starfire always says, it's not what goes into a man or a woman. It's what comes out that you have to give account for. So make sure that you're ready for the threefold law or karma, because it's coming back at you one way or the other. Remember one thing, karma can be a lady or she can be a bitch, but she's coming. It's up to you how you want to introduce yourself to her, how you want to deal with her. I love you all very much. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for my Facebook people. I love you guys, and I will see you guys later.